It's going now. You're good. Thank you.
Got it.
Thank you. Yep. All right. We're going live. All right, welcome Warrior fans to Wapahani High School for tonight's Delaware County Tournament second round game between the Wes-Del Warriors and the Wapahani Raiders. I am the superintendent, Kyle Mealy, and I'm here with Coach Hanson. This is our second trip, Coach, to Wapahani. This time we'll just start off by saying we brought our own table.
We are, and it's a lot more comfortable, so that's already been a great decision.
Yes, it was. We're right up here, almost 3 minutes here before game time, before they start the national anthem and the starting lineup. So we'll get right into it. Wes-Del Warriors come into this one at 5-6 financial pregame scoreboard, and then you see the Wapahani Raiders. Since we last met up, they were 2-2, and now they are 7-2. So they're running a 5-game win streak, and that started with their game against us in right back at the right before Christmas, December 18th, I believe it was. So they're running on a pretty good win streak here, and that's tough coming into this one, Coach. Anytime you're coming in with they're running on a 5-game win streak, and we actually have lost 5 out of the last 6. So what's the mindset for Coach coming into this one in Wes-Del?
Well, our mindset's got to be is we are led by seniors. So, you're in the county, and you're taking it one game at a time. So, we got the experience factor tonight, and Wapahani come, like you said, off winning 5 in a row, but they are led by a freshman, very good freshman, and Andrews, who's averaging almost 18 points a game. So, you don't know how the nerves are going to play out. It's going to be his first kind of game versus, like I said, our senior leadership. So I look for a good game tonight.
Well, let's look at our starting 5, and tonight the starting 5, it doesn't look like should be any changes from what I heard from Coach McLaughlin. And if there is a change, folks, we apologize. It was a game-time decision if there is a change. But we should be starting with, it looks like Joel Dowling and the 2 seniors, Joel Dowling and Eric Harlan in the backcourt. And they'll be joined there at the small forward position by junior Evan Weitzel. And then you have junior Zach Todd at the power forward position. And then Jesus Cardoza rounds out the starting 5 for Wes-Del. So that is your starting 5. We also want to remind you that tonight our game sponsor is American Pest Professionals. If you have any pest needs, make sure you give American Pest Professionals a call. I know they are the official pest control of Wes-Del Community Schools. The flag's getting ready to drop here, and the ball's getting ready to get tipped. So we will go quiet on the audio, leave the microphone up as we prepare to honor America with the national anthem.
What's
And there was a fantastic rendition of the national anthem by Cook and Bell. And kind of special there to have that here for the tournament, Coach. A nice little addition there by Wapahani.
Yes, that was very good.
So now they're going to get into the starting lineups for Wes-Del. And as you know, fans, if you watched last week, you understand kind of how the process is that we made it to the second round without having to play a game. And unfortunately, Daleville was quarantined due to COVID protocols and were unable to play the first round game that we were against. We would have, as we said in the last game, we would have played that game 100 times. We don't want to not play that game. Great game, great contest, great rivalry between Daleville and Wes-Del, but we wish them a continued health and recovery for anyone that was dealing with COVID, and also that they get back on the basketball court with the quarantine. I think we've all been through it, Coach, and I think we'll continue to go through it. Judging by the way that map looked on Wednesday, a lot of red.
Yes, it was. And, like you said, every game we get to play, we're just thankful for that. And I know these are great experiences for these student athletes. So
that's exactly right. And so as we look at this one, folks, if you remember earlier in the season, which was just right before Christmas, it was actually December 18th, we played right here in this gymnasium against Wapahani. And we fell, I believe, if I can remember correctly, it was around 73-47 was the final, and we did not play our best game. Hopefully tonight, if you're a Warrior fan, you're hoping for our best game this evening, and that we have a nice, tight contest, Coach. It's one that's exciting for the fans, exciting for the few fans that we have here in person. So I guess our last keys would be, I'm going to pick one, you pick one. My key, and I'll probably steal one from you. My key right now is really, and I'm going to pick a certain player. I'd like to see a nice game out of senior Eric Harlan. I think when Eric Harlan starts off and goes well, we go well. I'm not saying he's obviously not the whole team, but I'd just like to see him. He's had a couple of games where I talked to him, and he said he wasn't playing the games he wanted to play. He needs to relax, just let the game come to him. And if we go well with him, I think we'll be in this one till the end. So that's my key, getting our senior point guard going. So what's yours, Coach?
Very, very good key. And I'm going to go with something a little different, but it's going to be foul trouble. I think last time we was over here, we got in foul trouble in that second quarter, and that's kind of when that game really kind of took a turn. So, depth is, always something in high school sports, but I'm just going to go with foul trouble night. We need to stay out of foul trouble, pressure a little bit, but also be able to keep most of our guys on the floor.
And there you have it, the Star Financial pregame. It was a shortened one, but we got it in. And now we're getting ready to tip this up. Officials are set, coaches are set, and players are set. The camera is not set, but I'll get you there. So we do have Principal Adam Perdue working our camera for us. Here we go, tip ball, and it is to Wapahani. And we will start the clock, start the game, and get comfortable, folks. It's Delaware County basketball coming at you here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. Right now, handling the ball up top is Wapahani. That is Justin Ray with it. And now that is Andrews. As Coach mentioned in the pregame, Andrews is a freshman but a great player.
Good hands there by Eric Harlan early. You see the Warriors are starting out and are switching man-to-man. Wapahani likes to spread the floor. They want to dribble and drive and kick. So a lot of try to break you down off the dribble. I'm going to get it back to Andrews here and try to run a little set. And
I noticed, as you said that, we are in man, which is not familiar for a lot of our fans. We're used to seeing that. That's a deep three on the way, just off, and a big rebound inside. Missed again, and they're going to stay here. Thought maybe we'd get an over the back there, but we've got to get a little bit better position. That's just what Coach McLaughlin said right there, is to work at that position. That one inside. Nice defense there by Jesus Cardozo. He's given up almost a foot, it looks like, inside to trying to look at that. Mahaffey. Not Mahaffey. Sorry, Caleb Henderson. That one almost taken away. Good hustle by Zach Todd. Now, long possession, Coach, by Wapahani here, and you got to attribute that to some good defense by the Warriors.
Yes, absolutely. And if you're Coach McLaughlin here in this first, we got to finish it out here, though. Good job. Good.
And a great block out there by Jesus. And there go the Warriors in transition, letting them play right now.
Yeah, that's a big foul there.
And there it is. The Todd father gets us on the board, and he has an and one. So as you mentioned, long possession for Wapahani, great defense for the Warriors, and then we take it right at them on the other end.
Yes, absolutely. Not picked up a foul there on Castro on side, and that's a big he's going to be, we talked about foul trouble, and I think that goes both ways. He's their inside presence. He averages, about 8 points a game and quite a few rebounds, so we'll see how that plays out.
Andrews almost put that one on his hip, it looked like to me, but good effort so far for the Warriors. A great steal inside and a great block by Hollywood Harlan. Here comes Cardoza in traffic. No call. Now we've got one.
And it looks like it's going to be a foul on Andrews, so another good.
And that is another foul here. And it is on Andrews. That's their team's second. With about 6:18 to go now, we have Jesus at the line and the Warriors being aggressive both on the defensive end and the offensive end. Cardoza with his first free throw, and it's good. If you remember, I believe we started similar in our first matchup. We just hope that it continues. And both of those are good, so Wes-Del leads 5-0 in the early going. Believe me, folks, it won't stay this way. Wapahani will make their run, and they'll be back in this. There they leave. We leave a wide-open shooter. It rebounds long to Joel Dowling. In the hands of Eric Harlan. He's attacking. Harlan to the basket. We mentioned how we needed him. I feel we need him.
Yes, that was a good take.
And that was a great take. That's what we got to see out of him. They'll fall.
Yeah, he just missed it, but good aggressive take.
And a three-pointer there by Franks. And that was the two-headed attack last game. It was Andrews and Franks, and a lot of it was from outside.
Yeah, Franks shoots it really well. He's another one that's a double-digit average scorer, so it's going to be important that we find him, especially in transition.
Whitehall trying to figure this one out as he tried to get some space. Here's Dowling now with it. Back to Zach Todd. Jesus has it. Eric turns the corner, gets to the basket, and gets the foul and one. And that's what we just talked about. A great take by Eric Harlan, and now he's at the line with another opportunity. That's the third team foul on Wapahani, and here comes number 22, Walker Cook, into the game, replacing number 12, Blake Castor.
Yeah, good to see Eric here be aggressive early on. Put some pressure on those guards, especially we talked about it being a senior leader. Make those younger offensive players for Wapahani have to play defense.
As they bring it up here, it was Castor that went to the bench. And, there's a deep shot. That's Franks again, I believe. Great block out. Textbook by Joel Dowling. And a great look inside. Zach Todd then smart.
Yeah, throws it off of him to keep the possession.
Very smart play. And here we go. We keep the possession at 7-3. Inbounded long to Zach Todd, now into the hands of Weitzel. Weitzel attacking. Back to Dowling. Dowling for three. Top of the key, just off. Rebound goes to Wapahani now. Franks has it, setting it up. Here comes Andrews running almost a triple screen for Andrews off there. We have a kick ball.
Yeah, and we're doing a good job early on here. Switching those screens. We just got to make sure that we're prepared for slips. So that's I'm sure they've got something up their sleeve there as we're switching to be able to slip to the bucket.
Quick inbound play there to Henderson, but the Warriors right on top of it defensively. A nice job there by Jesus Cardoza to come in there and just pick the pocket.
Yes, great heady play. Another aggressive play by
Eric. A great play by Eric Harlan.
When he's in transition, making plays, that's when he's at his best.
9-3 Warrior fans with 4:14 to go. We had a strong first quarter in our first meeting with them. And that's a great maneuver and play by an athletic kid right there. So maybe an and one, see who the foul's on. That's on Joel Dowling. That's the team's first. And back into the game is Blake Castor. If I remember, he is a very good free throw shooter. And my memory serves me. 9-6 now, and the Warriors have it with 4:05 on the clock. Camera, he got it. Harlan again attacking. Almost had that one go, but keep going, Eric. I'll take it. I like to see how much he's attacking early right now, and the Warrior fans, you've got to like that. Henderson, they're looking at him now. It's Andrews.
Warriors doing a good job here, switching again.
I think our body language on defense right now. We're
Yes.
down. We're ready. Oh, that's a deep one. And he got it. You can't do much about that one. If he's going to hit shots like that in a very much similar first quarter than we had back on December 18th. So it's knotted up at 9. And the fans come alive here at Wapahani. Dowling puts it on the floor. Pull back dribble now. Jesus from top of the key, and it's good.
A big shot by Jesus.
12-9. Warriors lead here. And again, no substitution so far for Wes-Del, as this 5 has the energy right now, but I have a feeling we'll be looking to the bench here soon. We missed it. We were going to switch right there. Coach, we were going to switch and we didn't communicate.
Yeah, we did. And you know, that's a very long 2. So if you're gonna give up some shots, you can live with that one.
Well, you're getting all your money's worth at home right now for the Delaware County tournament. And Zach Todd tried the hook shot. It's not there. Again, we're getting good shots, though. I like our shots.
Yeah, we just got to stay on the defensive end here. We got to know where Franks is, know where, obviously, Andrews has got the ball in his hand.
Andrews crossover, big jump stop. Almost a collect before the jump, but.
Yeah, and a great help side right there by Jesus, who made him jump stop and pick up his.
There's a 3 from way outside. It's long. A big rebound for Castor. He's a physical kid. Back to Andrews, and Andrews puts it in and gives Wapahani their first lead of the ball game at 13-12. Here's Harlan attacking. Harlan to the basket. Can't get the roll. Harlan still tips it up. Back into Andrews' hands now, and they got a technical foul. And I believe it's on a Warrior here. Eric Harlan's bleeding. I thought he was bleeding. It looked like he was bleeding there for a minute. Maybe not. And I think that was being a little ultra-sensitive, in my opinion, by Mr. Chestnut. But we'll say that's a quick technical, no warning. So that's a judgment call on an official, but I'm not sure exactly what was said. But it seemed like it was awful quick. And it hurts. It gives us, excuse me here, wait a minute. Is that the correct score at 17-12? I didn't have that.
I don't know. I didn't have that either.
I thought it was 15. I thought they had a 13-point lead, or it was 13-12. And then they hit that 3, and they've got 20-12. I think they're off. I'm going to leave it at 18-12 till we see something at the quarter, folks. But at the board here at the gym has it 20-12. And now a lot of momentum in Wapahani's corner here.
Yeah, we got to dig deep. We knew it was going to happen. You got to fight through this adversity. It's a good. You're playing a good team on the road here. We came out to an early lead, so just got to regroup.
we proved we
settle
can.
Down.
We proved we can do it. So
yes, absolutely.
Big. I thought that's got to be a foul over the back. There has to be a call there.
And the board is back to 18-12. So
I got it right. Yeah. I got it right for the first time.
I agree. There was a big jump there.
Yeah. So it's a 6-point ball game, and it looks like they're going to pull it out and try to hold for one here.
Yeah, and look for just a basic. Here's the end of the clock for the shot clock people out there. This is your end of the clock. Spread them out, put the ball in the best player's hand, and make them make a play. So Jesus is going to guard him here. Look for Mason or somebody to slide over and help.
Into Henderson. Henderson trying to attack. Gets it outside. 3 on the way. It's off. Long rebound, and it's Jesus Cardoza's got it. Jesus with a bullet pass to Weitzel. Weitzel can't get it to go. Rebound back to Weitzel. Another shot fake, and finally a foul called and there is .1 on the clock.
Great job there by our defense, which leads the offense. Very, very good possession defensively.
So Weitzel will go to the line, and he has 2 here. Can cut this to a 4 or 5 point lead. He hits the first. And Alex Light will enter the basketball game, replacing Jesus Cardoza, who had a heck of a good first quarter in a lot of many aspects there. Weitzel's second free throw's up, and it is good. And that won't be enough to get a shot off. They'll inbound it. And the end of the first quarter here at Wapahani. Wapahani takes the lead 18-14, but a well-played first quarter by both teams. We'll be back here shortly on the Wes-Del Sports Network. And we're back here at Wapahani High School for the start of the second quarter. Wes-Del trails Wapahani 18-14 here as we get started. Reminder that tonight's game sponsor is American Pest Professionals. They are the official pest professional of Wes-Del Community Schools and Wes-Del Athletics. So Wes-Del has it coming out of the quarter. Nice handoff there. Back to Zach Todd. Jumper on the way, and it's good. The Todd father, nice jump shot there, Coach.
Good set, good possession, good attack by Evan off the handoff and kick back there once he drew the double team. So
what I like about that is that Coach drew that up in the quarter, and they ran it to perfection and get the shot they wanted, because I could see his board from here, and that was the play he wanted. Ooh, we left on the help side, and Henderson scores there. The help side went, and he turned the corner on the defense. Now that's out the Light. Light attacking. Great attack by Alex Light. Get in there. There it is.
Good job by Alex there coming off the curl.
And it is now 20-18. And you couldn't ask for a better ball game right now. Delaware County IHSA basketball here is a 3 on the way. It's long. And a good hustle there, scramble. And I think he stepped. Yep.
Yes. Again, good job by Evan there and Zach to fight for the rebound.
Justin Ray enters the ball game now for Wapahani. And on the floor for Wes-Del, it's Light, Cox, Todd, Dowling, and Weitzel.
Coach calling out another set here.
Zach Todd with a spin move. Nice pass. A great look by the Todd father to tie this one up. They came over and double teamed him, and I don't know how he saw Joel, and he hit Joel.
He was doing a good. He was under.
And we're back here now. 22-20. 5:57 to play here in the second quarter. Wapahani has it out of the timeout. Henderson now with it, turns the corner on Mason Cox. Can't get it. Mason fighting, and it's going to go back to Wes-Del. So
good defense there by Mason Cox. He was straight up, held his ground, challenged the shot, and then a good job blocking out. Looks like Coach has got another set here coming off offensively.
Gets Light, little one-on-one action there. Alex Light takes it strong to the basket, and another great possession and score by Alex Light. 24-20 now. Wes-Del holding on a 4-point that Andrews gets there easy, and that's going to be the second foul on Joel Dowling.
Yeah.
That will send him to the bench, and that'll bring Eric Harlan back in, who was sitting after the technical.
And there again, you see it. It's basketball 101, but it's simple basketball at times. But it's just a attack from their best player with a shooter in the corner, so it puts you in either going to help, or if you help, he kicks to the corner for a shot.
Yeah, you don't have to run a whole lot of offense when you got two solid players and great role players around them. So that's same thing we saw when we played them the first time. So here's Wes-Del with a 1-point lead, 24-23. Harlan now in the game for Dowling as Dowling goes to the bench with 2 fouls. Lackadaisical pass there, and Henderson tries it, and he gets it. We've got to value the ball here. And now Wapahani has a 1-point lead. Nice pass fake by Eric Harlan, up and in by Hollywood Harlan, and it's 26-25. It's a seesaw battle right now. You like to see that.
Good
Eric
shot.
having to sit like that, and then coming in, they got a foul here on Alex Light, I believe.
You know, that guy's calling it different than the other two, and I'll just go ahead and say it right now.
Yeah.
He's called the 3 fouls on that same kid taken to the bucket when the other ones are letting him play, so we got to make that adjustment.
Yep. There's a nice out-of-bounds play, and it gets it to Andrews, and he gets a little bit of room. He's going to hit it.
Yeah, he's a good player, and like you said, his feet are set.
And now Mason Cox trying to handle things, and I don't know if he's going to get a foul or they're going to get a jump ball.
Looks like it'll be on Andrews. Not if that is. That'll be his second.
Yeah, it is on Andrews, and it is his second. 5th of the team. Weitzel now has it in his hands. Skip pass. Zach Todd, good hands to hold on to that one.
Yeah, it looks like Wapahani's in a little zone right here. Good
Another skip pass that they're going to give me a heart attack on these skip passes. Alex Light dribbles through it. Now here is Weitzel for 3, and bang! The microwave, 29-28.
Did a good job there of skipping it against their 1-3-1 little zone in the half court. Anytime they're in a 1-3-1, those off half court skips are going to be important.
And here is Henderson with it at the top, and it's out to Franks. Alex Light's had a good quarter here off the bench. And there is Zach Todd's going to have to help out. Nice spin move and a heck of a play. We got lucky there. That's a great move, and Alex Light comes out with it.
I was going to say, and Luke comes out with a rebound.
Harlan looking, turns the corner himself. A nice little spin there, but it's rejected. No call, and here comes Andrews, who, that was a spin move, but almost a travel. And back to Franks, who's got time, and he hits it. 3-point basket, and it's just trading buckets in this quarter. 31-29 now. Here's Weitzel with a floater. It's off. Gets his own rebound. Nope. You can tell it's county basketball because even though there aren't very many fans in here, you can hear it.
Yes, yes.
And Coach McLaughlin, John McLaughlin's working the officials for a call there. And Franks again off of a screen, and he's on fire. And Coach McLaughlin calls a timeout. He doesn't want to see any more from Franks. Try to cool him off and takes a timeout here. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll stay with you. So, again, if you watched the game earlier this season, this is following the same type of script. We got out early, got a lead, and then Franks and Andrews got really hot and took the lead, and here we go. We're down 5. Now, we're only down 5. So, and we've weathered quite a bit of barrage from threes. I think Frank's at least hit 2, if not 3 in this quarter. And Andrews has been, as you mentioned, he can break it down off the dribble, but he can also hit a 30-footer.
Yes. And I'm sure Coach right here is talking about when we got to recognize the difference between being in transition when we have numbers and when to slow it down. I thought we pushed it there, and we don't want to get in a run and gun tonight. You know, we've done a good job on our offense early. Where there's some mismatches on the floor we've been able to take advantage of. And defensively, we're switching. So knowing when you're on certain players, when to help. And it looks like the Raiders are coming out here still in their 1-3-1. So we can get what we want out of it. Don't panic.
Here's a big skip pass to Harlan. Harlan has it, spin and move, and he gets it. A nice move, body control there by Eric Harlan, and it's 34-31 now with about 2:20 to go in the first half. Here's Franks, and he feeling it. Heat check, and it's off. Great hustle there by Isaac Andrews, and he throws it off of Zach Todd. I think Zach's upset, but there's really nothing he could do there about that.
Now his momentum would have pulled him out of bounds. So
inbounds here to Henderson. Back to Franks. Franks for 3, and he buries it. But we got it. May is it? Are they going to count the basket since it was out of the hand? The basket, Coach McLaughlin's kid, yeah, they counted the basket, but they do get the foul on Wapahani. That's their 6th foul, so the next one will be bonus, and that's the second on Castor, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like Castor and Andrews both going to the bench here, so we have a big 2 minutes here to finish this half.
This is where we make our run right here, down 6, with both those players off the floor.
Absolutely. Raiders are staying with their 1-3-1 half-court zone. They're going to try to trap the corners there. There you go.
Nice play. A good set there into the Todd father, and he scores. 37-33. Right now, the ball is going to have to be handled by Franks, which takes him out of the shooting role unless he gets it back. So this is where, as you said, we've got to take advantage. A nice drive inside. Great block there. It tipped out, and they're going to give it back. No, they're going to give it to the Warriors. I thought it was going to go back to Wapahani. Here comes senior Carson Ashley for his first minutes. He's going to give Alex Light a break, who did a great job. Gets a big round of applause from the Warrior fans here, and deservedly so.
Egg brings it across. Raiders staying with their zone. They're going to look for it to trap again in the corners. Brandon Wiley's doing a good job of screening there.
Nice skip pass. Let's see if this one goes for the microwave. It's just off. He tried to get a clear out. A little bit of a flop, and I agree with the official. But worth it for Evan to try it. You never know if you'll get it. And now Carson Ashley, and they switch there. The Todd father takes the defender. So it's the man switching, and they're going to get Evan Weitzel there for a reach.
It's only his first. Looks like it'll be the...
I'd like to stay out of bonus, though, if we could in this
yeah,
last 55 seconds.
It's the 5th foul, so...
And here comes Andrews. Ooh.
Yeah, I would be surprised here if they try to hold it. And I think both coaches might be okay with that, honestly.
Yeah, I agree with you but here's the difference. You know, if I'm a coach and I'm putting a freshman in with that's a long pass.
Yeah.
With 55 seconds left, I'm worried about that 3rd foul, but Isaac Andrews is a pretty smart basketball player, so I think they know Weitzel, though, is going to stay up on him and try to get a call so they can hold it. And there he had the opportunity, and he took it, and that is not what Coach Luce wanted. Harlan to the basket,
and
he gets the foul.
That's the 3rd foul on Castor.
And so it does. You put Castor in, and you put Andrews in, and there they get the 3rd foul, and it helps us out. You mentioned it. I think you might have a little bit of that profitability in you because you mentioned foul trouble. And it is becoming a factor. It's becoming a factor for Wapahani early.
Yeah, and that was a good take by Eric Harlan once again. You know, when he's got that head of steam in transition, when he has the angle and the numbers, he's very hard to stop.
I have, as I mentioned, my key was Eric, and I feel like he's done a nice job even with the time he had to spend on the bench. Oh, I thought Wiley might be able to pull that one down. But I think he's done a good job of leading, playing through the adversity and leading this team. Alex Lights had a tremendous first half, helping when Joel Dowling's gotten in foul trouble.
We need to help off everybody here but Franks. Try to make sure we limit.
And this is just a great basketball game, folks. A great first half. Trying to hand off. Here goes Henderson on his own. They're going to get a foul, and they're going to count it. So the basket's good. And that foul is on, who'd they call that on?
Looks like
Alex Light. Brandon Wiley.
Yeah.
And so it'll be an and one here, and I did not get the clock stopped in time. And that and one makes it 40-34 here in the first half. 5.8 to go. Down 6. Be nice if we could score here. Throw one in. Let that go as far as it can go. Harlan gets it back. It tipped, may not get it away. Big shot way up, and it hits the rafters. So it is halftime here. Second round of the Delaware County Tournament at Wapahani. It's Wapahani 40, Wes-Del 34. We'll be back with you here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. And we're back here at halftime. It is the Star Financial scoreboard and the Star Financial Bank halftime. And if you're just joining us, it's 40-34, but a well-contested game between both teams. Well-played game between both teams here in the second round of the Delaware County Tournament at Wapahani. Wapahani leads 40-34. And start with Wapahani, Coach. They were, I would say, led by two guys, basically. So what do you have over there?
Exactly, like you said. Isaac Andrews had 19 in the first half.
Wow.
And Aiden Franks has 12, and he has 4 threes. So only one other player for Wapahani has scored, and that's Caleb Henderson with 7. So those 3 account for 40.
And then for you're in there right now. Yeah. I'm sure Coach is saying what? He's probably saying, hey, we need to find these two guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And
at least shut one down and make one beat you.
Yeah, and helping off the others when they attack, making sure who we are guarding, we are switching. But we talked about pregame, foul trouble, and that's something that they have is Blake Castro has 3, and Andrews and Franks have 2. So it's going to be important for our guards to stay aggressive because that was something I felt like coming into this game. If those are their 2 offensive guys that they like to play through. So, there's nothing better than when you're playing against those type of players to make them play defense.
Right.
And really go at them and make them play both ends of the floor and don't let them just get comfortable defensively and play on offense. So if we can keep going at them and make them play, that's going to be huge. And for us, Coach has got to be really happy with the balance. For us, it was led with Eric Harlan has 9. Zach Todd has 7. Alex Light, I thought, played great minutes.
Played a great first half.
Has 6. Evan Weitzel 5. Jesus Cardoza 5. And Joel 2. So you really got to be happy with the scoring aspect.
What you like to see right now is both teams are basically playing their way. They're playing their style. They're playing and both teams are playing a game the best that they could play it and the way they want to play it, and that is what you want to see in any type of tournament. And so you're getting the best from Wapahani. Even if you're a Wes-Del fan, you're kind of saying, well, I wouldn't mind if they did a little stutter step here and had a hiccup. But you're also getting the best from Wes-Del. I felt like that was one of the best halves we've played all season. And we're only down 6, and you're playing against one of they're 7-2. They've won 5 straight, and they've beat some really tough teams, and they're firing on all cylinders right now. So, folks at home, I think you're getting the best out of both teams. And now it's going to come down to the wire because it'll be fun. And I hope the Warriors are on top. And I just like to see this thing stay this way. Your assessment, Coach, on basically that whole first half.
Well, I think if you're both coaches, you're probably happy at the halftime right now. Now, obviously, you always want to be ahead. But, not every game you're going to go into halftime. But it's a ball game.
Right.
It's going to come down to adjustments. It's going to come down to making plays. I'm always big on the third quarter here. These first few minutes, see kind of how both teams make the adjustments. And Wapahani went to a 1-3-1 there a little bit in the second, and I'm sure that's got to do with a little bit of some foul trouble. So we'll see if they stick to that a little bit, and we'll see what Coach McLaughlin has made some adjustments on the defensive end. And I think it's going to be a great game, great ending. Yeah. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be.
I say buckle up for the second half, and hopefully it's going to be just as good as the first. So. Looking in the chat, let's say hi to a few people. We're going to say hi to the Jesus Cardoza's family watching. On behalf of the family in Texas, they're real proud of the way he's played. They should be. He played a great first half. Julia Davis is in there, said good luck to Evan Weitzel. He also, the microwave had a couple of big shots there in the first half. You've got Lois Nauman in there. You've got the Dowling family from Ohio, the big fan club watching there. You also have Shirley Thacker with us. And, of course, you've got Mary Helen Bink in there watching also. Big shout-out to Mary Helen. She wants this one bad, I can tell you that.
Yes.
She likes when we win this one. She wants us to beat Wapahani, and she'll make there's no bones about it. She'll let you know that. So about 45 seconds. We appreciate all of you watching at home. We hope that you're enjoying the evening at home watching Wes-Del basketball, varsity boys basketball on the Wes-Del Sports Network here on YouTube, also streaming live on ihsatv.org. So if you have any trouble with your YouTube, don't forget you can also switch over to ihsatv.org and search Wes-Del, and we do not charge for the games. And a lot of schools are charging up to $9.95 per game. We're trying not to do that. However, we are taking sponsorships, and we just picked up a sponsor, and we got to get their stuff put onto the actual screen. But Indiana Wesleyan is going to sponsor us through one of their departments, and we'll give you more about that. So we've now moved up to 3 sponsors as I get the clock started, and we get started in the third quarter.
Starts here with Wapahani ball. Warriors are going to start out in our man-to-man.
And there's Franks and Andrews right away with it. And remember, Castor has 3 fouls, and that's something to keep an eye on. And he has it inside right now, out to Ray. Ray putting it on the floor, Dowling right there, and it's out to Franks. And I like that. I like when Franks misses that.
Good rebound there by Zach Todd, too.
Dowling picks it up, goes right to Zach Todd. Zach looking to put it on the floor. Henderson with the reach, handoff to Dowling. Dowling inside, back to Zach Todd for 3. Got it! Big shot from the Todd father, cuts the lead to 3.
Great first possessions there. You got to like the first possession on defense, followed by the first possession on offense.
And a nice job. Great hustle. And almost taken away. And they do end up getting it as Weitzel has it now. Great crossover to the basket. And what a play for Evan Weitzel end to end.
Yes, great effort by Evan to start the defensive play, and also Zach Todd to come in there and keep the ball alive.
The Warriors cut this one quickly to 1 here in the start of the third quarter. And now the home crowd's quieted down quite a bit. Waiting to see, but remember, it's a game of runs. A lot of time left. And there's Henderson right on cue as I say that, making a knife move, and we've got a timeout. An uncharacteristic timeout, so there had to be something either Coach McLaughlin sees.
Well, that was on Coach Luce, so Coach Luce probably can't be happy with the start, which is a credit to Coach McLaughlin and the Warriors for starting this half the way we are. So,
and as I have it, I have Wes-Del with 4 timeouts, and it looks like
Wapahani has 3.
Wapahani has 3, and I need to clean up the scoreboard on the fouls right now. So a good start there. We'll take it, and it's a 3-point lead now for Wapahani.
And what you're seeing, too, a little bit here for some of the fans at home is just that the power of fouls. You know, sometimes timid, you play different when you got 3 or 4 fouls because, you know, if you pick one more up, you're going to the bench for a while. So
right,
all these players want to be on the floor. So defensively, you start second-guessing some things and not helping over as much as you should.
Harlan, a great crossover, splits the defenders, gets inside, gets his own rebound. Out to Zach Todd. Todd puts it on the floor, gets inside, and he scores. Cuts it to 1 as the Todd father scores right there. 42-41. Almost got a steal there by Joel Dowling. I love the energy. Keep it up. And right now, Franks is controlling things for Wapahani. Now the ball's over to Ray on the wing. Ray puts it on the floor. Out to Castor for 3. It's off. Nice rebound over Cardoza, and we just can't get those rebounds right now, Coach.
Yes, and everything's going through Castor and Franks right now with Andrews out. We got to know where those two are. Looks like Andrews is back at the scores table here to check back in next dead ball.
And that one almost taken away by Zach Todd. Back to the corner to Franks. Don't want to give him a window of room at all. And there is Ray with a drive, and he takes a nice drive straight to the basket there to give them back the 3-point lead. Harlan brings it across half court over to Weitzel now on the wing. Great take here by Evan. Evan gets a little bump and just short. No call.
You like the take there by Evan, though. Got Castor in the air.
Great block out right there by Jesus. And I think they're going to call Cardoza for the foul. They did. They called him for a foul, blocking out.
Yeah, it's a great block out by Cardoza,
especially
when he's a smaller guy.
I would always penalize a kid for blocking out exactly how you're supposed to block out. So I appreciate that when an official does that. That's a textbook block out, and they call a foul on it. And now they're going to call that. So they just called 2 on Cardoza.
Luckily, it was his first 2 of the game.
Yeah. And that's a lob into Henderson. He's a big kid, and he gets it, and it's off. And it's got to be a jump ball, but it could be a foul. Now, my favorite thing about that, and again, if you don't want to hear from me, just turn the volume down at home. But my favorite thing about that is they're gonna tee up Eric Harlan so quick, but then we get in something like that, and we're not going to have anything called. That's fine. We will weather the storm, and we will play through the adversity, but it's going to get a little chippy. These guys are rivals.
Yeah, and here we are. Wapahani starts out in the zone here. They're going back to this more of a 1-3-1 look again, trying to trap the corners. There comes the pressure. Just got to get in our spot, move around.
And inside to Zach Todd. Let's see if Zach can.
And
there we go.
That's going to be the 4th on Castor. And again, that plays to our favor. They're going to keep it tight.
Hey, here's what I'm going to say about this. I don't think Blake Castor should have got a foul there.
He shouldn't, but that's where you saw
but I get what you're saying.
Got to keep it tight.
Now they want to change the way that where they're calling the game, and it's going to affect. So now Blake Castor has to go to the bench with 4, and if I'm Coach Luce, I'm not happy with that.
No, but you got to give us credit on that because we recognize he's got 3.
No, I absolutely do. Todd Father for 3. Nope. And Eric Harlan almost got that one loose. And here comes Andrews. Andrews back in the game. As you mentioned, he came back in a few possessions ago. Franks has it now. And 44-41. Been a little bit of a lull here in the scoring. Wapahani trying to find a little bit of weakness in this man-to-man. Ray, who had a nice drive the last time in the possession. Now, those are 4 big points from Justin Ray in this quarter. And that, like I said, it's like Alex Light for us. There's some guys are going to step up. Skip pass now to Weitzel. Weitzel with a shot fake, gets a bump, skips it over to Harlan. Harlan with a great move inside, and what a play.
Yes, great take by Hollywood. All the way to the rim and finish.
What a move by Hollywood Harlan, and now it's 46-43. There's a nice jump out there. I like how he jumped that screen, and it's a good play there. And now let's see if we get a foul.
And it looks like they're going to get a foul. Coach Luce is not happy about it, but I agree with the official.
Yeah.
He got the jump ball, but he went through his arms and body to get
to it. Exactly. And so Coach Luce will work the officials for that call. And he's letting him know it was terrible. In his words, that's exactly what he said. And so this is Indiana basketball at its finest right now. And as you mentioned, they stay in that extended zone here. And they're going to trap the corners. They're waiting for that ball to go down to the corner. Skip, an interesting skip.
Yeah, we got to
scary skip.
We got to make sure we're being strong with the ball.
One more, and Harlan. There's a lot of contact there. Skip to downtown Dowling. Get in there. It's off and knocked away. Tried to save it, and he does for Wapahani.
Good shot by Dillon. He has his feet set, and we'll live with that every time. That's a great look by Eric across court there to find him in the corner.
And both these teams are playing their guts out right now to try to get to the championship, and they're going to get a foul here. And I think this one is a legit foul.
Yeah, he just came across his body. He had a lot of ball there, but also some body contact.
So it's going to be 2 shots for Franks as they have a 3-point lead with 2:24 to go. And Franks misses the first one.
I think that was due to some interesting crowd noises.
I agree with you.
To him.
I agree with you. I think the crowd did get to him. And didn't get to him on that one. But it's worth the effort. 47-43, it's a 4-point lead. And let's see if we work this. I like that we're just waiting to get that ball in the middle, not getting in a hurry. Get it to the guards and just keep working. Ooh, Harlan saw him just a little late. Throws it up. Nice throw up, and it's in to Dowling. And Dowling pointed, and he knew what he wanted, and Harlan said he couldn't get him the first time, but he said, I'll get it to you.
Yeah, great find again.
47-45 now as Andrews being guarded by the senior Eric Harlan. And that could be a turnover, almost a turnover.
Good job by Evan Weitzel to get back out.
And Franks puts it on the floor, and he scores. So, again, it's much of the same. Franks has been carrying a lot of the load here in the third quarter for Wapahani, and they lead by 4. Harlan, jump stop, doesn't get it. Guys are falling on the floor, and it's mostly Warriors. I won't fault him for that take. I like that shot.
Again, staying aggressive.
Andrews trying to get around Eric. Tries, doesn't get it. We got a jump ball, or we got a foul. They're going to call a foul. Coach wants a jump ball. Harlan gets his second. Here comes Alex Light into the game and Carson Ashley. And going to the bench here with just a minute left for a breather will be Weitzel and Harlan. Harlan trying to figure out how he didn't get a tie ball and gets the second foul. Into Henderson. Henderson with a big drop step. Misses it. Trying to go up. We need a break here. We need a rebound, and it comes out to Wapahani. Here's where we got to dig in. You'd like to go in at least not giving up anything on this possession. That is a big step. It's off, tipped away, and right into the hands of Andrews, who gives it to Henderson. Henderson misses again. Henderson again with a miss. And the third time is a charm. Here comes Dowling the other way, though. Light gets it to Ashley. Ashley thought about it. Dowling inside. Zach Todd gets knocked away. And it's thrown away, and here comes Wapahani with it. And that's how it'll end, folks. 51-45, and the last possession there was the circus. I'll just be honest. But we'll be back with you with the fourth quarter on the Wes-Del Sports Network. And we're back here. We had a interesting conversation between Coach McLaughlin and one of the officials, Greg Reese, and I think they got their points across both ways.
Yeah, and it's a county game, rival game. Everybody's emotions going to be high. It's going to come down to 8 minutes here to keep them in check, make sure that we're executing, and coach will take care of that.
He's fighting. Yeah, he's fighting for his guys. And so's Matt Luce, and two good coaches, two good programs, and let's see if we have ourselves a fantastic finish here. It's Ashley, Wiley, Dowling, and they're going to get a foul there. It's going to be on Brandon Wiley. I'll tell you what, I have a feeling, if you want my opinion, I think there's going to be a foul called there no matter what.
Yeah, they're going to tighten it up. I'm sure that's something that both, we're going to have to make that adjustment. They're going to call it pretty tight here, probably down to finish.
Well, it is a county tournament, and this is a neutral site. And I'll leave it at that. Weitzel driving. Nice little stop. Great body control.
Yes. Recognize there the defender slid over and probably would have had a charge if he kept going.
That was fantastic by Evan. And here's Franks. He tries to give it inside. And that shot is good. A 3-point basket there by Franks. And now they've extended it to a 9-point lead. This is where we have to make our run. Weitzel for 3. Trying to get a roll. It doesn't go. It did everything but go in. And now here comes Wapahani. Big stop, Coach. You got to have a big stop here as Franks takes it to the basket. We've got to rebound. The rebounds are killing us.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's been the last couple minutes here. We got to get rebounds. And offensively, we just got to keep our composure. Coach is going to take a timeout here.
And that's a good timeout.
We got to play one possession at a time. There isn't a 10-point shot, so we got to take care of one possession defensively and offensively here and get what we want.
And it's a 30-second timeout. We'll stay with you here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. Reminder, you can find this game and many of our games, along with some of the girls' games, on the Wes-Del Sports Network on YouTube. And if it's not being streamed here on our YouTube channel, it'll be streamed at the WDTV or Wes-Del News Network by Mr. Romine and the Wes-Del broadcast team, a student-led team. And you do double duty. You do some work for the Wes-Del Sports Network on Friday nights, Saturday nights, and then I've seen you do some double duty on the Wes-Del News Network covering the girls' games.
Yep, we're on call again this Tuesday at home for the girls. So,
and who do they play? I forget. Do you know? I'd have to put you on the spot for that.
I was to say,
is it night? That's not Knightstown. That's tomorrow. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We don't have our apps open on our phone. We're not there for that. Dowling for 3, and it's long. And a good hustle there by Zach Todd to try to poke it free from Justin Ray.
Good set there coming out of timeout. Got a good look.
Yep, excellent shot. Coach drew that one up, and it just didn't go.
And, again, nothing fancy here from the Raiders down the stretch. The ball's going to be in Andrew's hands.
Nice job by Evan Weitzel to see that play coming and to cut him off. He let that cut go behind rather than in front, and that's what you teach. They're going to run some time here.
Castor's back in with 4 fouls.
And Andrews trying to get around that corner. A nice little step-back move. And it's partially blocked there, I think, by Eric Harlan.
Yeah, great defense there by Harlan.
Dowling out to Weitzel. Weitzel for 3. Not there, but Brandon Wiley with a great block out by Brandon Wiley right there, and it's going to stay with Wes-Del. I think Brandon Wiley's given a couple of good minutes in here. There's a nice pass inside. Get in there. Just off again. Wiley fighting for it. Great rebound by Brandon Wiley. Can't get it to go. But just as I mentioned, Brandon's working his butt off down there. 3 on the way from Andrews, and it's good. Sorry, Franks. And, folks, if you watch the first game, it's, again, following the same script. We've got to get to the basket and score. That's a terrible call. And he was not set, and I think Coach McLaughlin, if he gets a chance, is going to let him know. He was not set. It wasn't a good call.
No, I think he was still moving.
It was an anticipation call. You can't fault. They're human. But it wasn't the right one. He tried to get in position. I'll give the Wapahani player credit. He tried to get there, but he just was sliding over. If anything, it was a no call. I think you just let it go. Ray to the basket. And now they're going to call him, and I'm going to tell you what, I don't think that was a charge either.
No, I think it just
I'm going to be balanced. Oh, so they balanced each other out with.
Yeah, and I think that official knew probably if he calls that one the other way.
Yeah, he's going to incite chaos. Yeah. But those are 2, just let him play. Joel's got to get that one. I want him to keep shooting because they're going to start going.
Yeah, he does. And if it's a good shot, it's got to be a good shot. If it's a good shot, if you're 3 for 4, or if you're 1 for 10, it's still a good shot.
Here we go. We're going to have to see if we can get some offense going. We've been a little stagnant here. Zach Todd for three, and it's off. Eric Harlan with the rebound. Got to get to the basket, guys. To the basket. We tried there and couldn't get it. I feel too many empty trips is going to catch up with us, Coach.
Yeah, and Wapahani's guard play is going to be able to hold it here, so we're going to have to keep some pressure on. And like you said, it's going to start on our offensive end, though.
Henderson thought about it, but Coach Luce talked him out of it. Said we don't need that. Got a 14-point lead. We don't need it. A smart move here to hold and try to run some clock with a 14-point lead and keep the ball out of Wes-Del's hands. Wes-Del, a good scoring team. And they obviously Wapahani knows that, and they're going to get Eric Harlan for a reach. I just have this inkling that they're trying to get Eric out of here one way or the other. Don't answer that. I'll let you not say it. I'll say it. I just have this strange feeling that these guys, they've had us before, and they're not they just want to get him out of here either in fouls or in another way. Great block out there by Brandon Wiley.
How that was not over the black. That was a great block out. Looks like it's going to be our ball here. Stepped out of bounds, but great job by Brandon Wiley.
Brandon Wiley's playing really well inside against he's got Henderson, who's got some height on him. I like Eric taking that to the basket right there. He doesn't care about those fouls, and I think that's how he has to play.
Yeah, he's got to stay aggressive. That opens other players up. Looks like we're going to come out in fury. Again, I like it because you got to speed it up here. At least put two on the ball, pressure, run around. They make plays, they make plays.
And that was a foul. They're going to get Evan on that one. He's slapping down at the ball, and he got a lot of arm there. Frank's a great free throw shooter, so this is going to be a pretty good situation for Wapahani to have him at the line at 3:21 left. And he misses that one. Here comes Eric with it. Harlan puts his head down and thought about it. Now out to Dowling. Weitzel with a nice drive. Great take. Get in there. And they cut it to 10, and that's two good possessions for Wes-Del.
Sticking with the fury here.
Trying to speed things up, and they get the steal out of it. Zach Todd with the steal.
Great
and now here comes Wes-Del. They tried that pass, and it was almost there. And now the fury is going to cause Matt Luce to talk it over. You hope it's not a little too late here. I know there's 2:41 left and only down 10, but I'm sure he's going to talk about, and it's a full timeout, he's going to talk about taking some time off the clock and running some offense here and getting a good shot. At this point, you know, the reason the fury comes out, Coach, is Wes-Del's got to speed up the game. They've got to get back into this.
Yes, absolutely. And that's one way to at least pressure and make them move, make them have to play. With their guard play, it's very hard to either get a 5-second count or, you know, pressure the ball. So here we are going to try to create a little bit, anticipate on the back end, and you might give up an open shot, but like you said, when you're down by 10 with a few minutes to go.
Yeah, and right now I'm hoping this song is going to speed up because it feels like, you know, we should be dancing.
Yeah.
Slow dancing.
Yeah, maybe they're making up for the COVID lack of dances this year.
Yeah, I guess. But anyway, down 10, 2:41 to go. Coach McLaughlin with a good call, the coaching staff, a good call to go fury there, and we get two good offensive possessions out of a turnover on one of them, and then just a good solid take there. Going to the basket, and I'd like to see us keep doing that, not settle for threes. But if the three's open, we got to take it.
Well, we got to value the possession here offensively. There's only limited left here in the game, so if we do,
that song never got going.
No, we're gonna pressure here. They're gonna come out and a little bit of press. Back to our fury, it looks like.
And we are in that, trying to speed them up a little bit. And here comes Andrews, drove it to the baseline, kind of got into no man's land, and then Castor with the big step and puts it in. He's playing with 4. So is Eric Harlan. Downtown Dowling for 3, and it's way off. And now fans here are going to give it to Joel a little bit, but he's got to keep shooting. Eric turns that one over into Evan Weitzel, who just misses the layup, and now they're going to call a foul on Weitzel. And that is now 1-1. It has been 1-1. The fouls are 9-3 right now against Wes-Del. And this puts Franks, a great free throw shooter, at the line with the 1-1. And Franks hits both of them and extends it back to 14. So we got to get to scoring here. Eric kind of understands that, trying to find a seam. Skip pass over to Weitzel now into Light, who's in the game. Here's Zach Todd going up with it, and he scores. And it's a quick timeout for Wes-Del. And it's a full timeout. We'll take an audio timeout here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. Well, we're back, and 1:52 to go. Down 12, and the clock is not our friend. And the fact that I think Wapahani is going to hold this for a little while and try to take some time off. And if we have to foul, they're going to get it in the hands of some good free throw shooters, be it Andrews or Franks. And here we go. And we are going to have to stop the clock at some point. Try to get, he's over and back. It almost looked like he put his foot down. I think I'm the only one that saw that, so I'm probably wrong.
It was a good job by the Warriors here to run, try pressure.
There it is.
We got a deflection.
Go get it. Oh, I don't think that's the right call, but we'll take it. I don't think. And we'll take it, though. We got to go. Got to go, guys. Go to the basket. Try to get a foul. Get in there. And they are going to call a foul. Sorry, I didn't have the clock running correctly. So I'll get it down to where it is, 119, and Zach Todd going to the line.
I heard that here. Hey. You can tell him the mic picks it up.
Oh, I guess he's not shooting two. I don't know what he's doing. He's not going to shoot 2 free throws, I can tell you that, which he might need to. Harlan's going to split him, take him to the basket, try to get another tip, go back up again. It has to be something for everything. And Harlan should shoot now.
Yeah, I think it'll be 2 free throws right here.
Good golly. There we go. Well, got an opportunity here to hit this second one and cut it to 10. And we do. 1:13 to go, so if we don't get the steal, we're going to probably start stopping the clock to foul. And it is into Andrews, who pitches it up to Henderson, who will just kind of hold, and it's going to be keep away now. As we get close to under a few minutes here, as they dribble around, we're going to have to stop the clock at some point. And not the guy we want at the free throw line. Maybe Henderson. No. I don't know if we're going to stop the clock or we're just going to. They'd call that foul at any other point in the game right there. And that's to Henderson, who puts the dunk down. Harlan to the basket. And now they'll give Harlan that foul on the bump. Oh, boy. Oh, okay. So it was on we're not in bonus yet. On the floor. Into Zach Todd. Zach Todd takes it inside, gets fouled, and count it. And now we're finally in the bonus. And Zach gets that one. 30 seconds on their clock. I swear every time I look down there, they've got something different. And Zach gets both of them. Point game now. It's got to be, a close to a 5-second call, I thought. Now Andrews will take it. And he almost carried it, but gets it away. And I think that's just how this one may end. I don't know that we're going to foul. As they skip it over, a 10-point win. And that's how it ends, folks. It's a 10-point victory for Wapahani. A great game, though. Fought hard here by Wes-Del. There was just a time period there, I think, where we, in that third quarter, especially early fourth quarter, where they just extended things and moved ahead. And that was really the ball game right there when they were able to get to a double-digit lead. We never could quite get back under that 10. And that's how things ended up. So Wapahani will move on, and I'm not sure who they'll play. Who else is playing in the other round? Do we have any idea? Cowan? And didn't Yorktown beat Delta?
Correct. Yes.
So it's Yorktown playing Cowan.
Yorktown and Cowan.
We'll see who won that one. Maybe it's on Twitter. We'll take a look here as we take our break. But Wapahani moves on, and they will play Saturday. And I'm sure you can catch that on Wapahani's if you want to watch it. If you don't, we'll be back in action on the Wes-Del Sports Network. We're going to take a quick break and get our stuff collected for the postgame show. We'll be back on the Wes-Del Sports Network. And we're back here at the Star Bank postgame show here from Wapahani. We will see what we have as far as whether Coach will be coming out tonight. I wouldn't blame him if he just talks to the guys and says, let's get on the bus and get out of here. He's not upset by any means. I mean, he's upset for the loss. Every guy in that locker room is upset on losing, but there were a lot of good things, and let's talk about those. A lot of good things that were shown tonight. Number one was, what I'm going to start with was Mikey. I felt like Eric Harlan came out and had the game that we wanted him to have. I know that he had the small situation with the technical, which from what we found out, folks at home, there wasn't a whole lot said from what the official explained to our athletic director. So I'm going to chalk that one up to being a little bit quick-triggered on the official's part to give him the technical. I feel like maybe a warning would have been in place. But, hey, that's why I don't officiate. But anyway, from that, he then came back in off the bench and led us, and I thought he played really, really well. I think all the guys played really well. I couldn't find a guy on our roster tonight that didn't come to Wapahani in hostile territory, in a county tournament situation, in a situation where you were beat badly the first game in December, and you come back here and you have that showing. I would be happy if I were coach, and I think you would agree.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looked like we started off good, which is a sign of being prepared.
We were well prepared, yes,
and ready to play. Not necessarily prepared wasn't the word, but more mentally prepared from the player's standpoint that we were ready to go. So,
well, the other thing I would say about when you said prepared, I would agree with you, because here's the difference. We made some adjustments playing that man-to-man switching than what we did last time when we played some different looks of our zone and some different things. At the end, we had to go Fury, yes, and here does come Coach. So, actually, I'm probably just going to let you give him your headphone and let him talk that way. It looks like he's coming up here. So, but I would agree with you when you said prepared, because we did make some adjustments from the first time we played him, and it looked like it worked out. So, Coach is going to go over to the radio, so we have a little bit of time, but he did give us the finger that he'd be back over to us to wait a minute. So, as they come out of the locker room, I'm going to judge by his quick talk that he probably went in there and said, I'm proud of you guys and the way you played. It wasn't one where it was negative, and you could not be. If you watched at home, you're proud of the way the Wes-Del Warriors played. Again, Wapahani, hostile territory. You coached. You brought a Daleville team in here. You know how hard it is to play in this atmosphere and in this gym and come out of here with a win. So your assessment to the whole thing, give it to us, and I think you've got a good feeling of being in this gym, coaching a ball game, and what it means.
Yeah, it's a hard gym to play in, and I think you said it best. We're getting better, and we're still figuring ourselves out. And I think Coach can contest to that, is that you're seeing good things tonight. Brandon Wiley gave some minutes. I think Alex Light's given great minutes. Our other players look healthier. Zach Tots had a lot of good things here, put some games together. So,
right on cue, you get the book from Coach Slopsma there. So,
yeah, and again, kind of as we talked about, Zach Todd led us tonight with 16. Eric Harlan, your key to the game, had 15. Evan Weitzel, 11. Joel Dowling, 4. Jesus, 5. And Alex Light, 6. So, and
a lot of credit goes to Wapahani in the fact that, Joel comes off a 22-point performance, and they keyed in on him and they took his shot away. They were pushing him to shots that were 3 to 4 feet off the line, and so when you watch that at home and you see some of the shots he had to take, he's 4 feet off the line trying to take those shots, and he was still able to make a couple, but they pushed him so far out and took him out of the equation, knowing he came off a game where he led us with 22 at Tri-Central. So they keyed in on him, and that zone took him out of his shooting spots. But I guarantee you this much, he's going to have a bounce-back game at the next game.
Absolutely.
But what I like to see is we had a bounce-back game from Eric Harlan. Eric didn't have a good game at Tri-Central, and he picks that up, and he bounces back. Zach had a good game. So it's that core four that we talk about that pick up from each other. But then we had some role players that came in and played. I would like to point out one that won't show up in the point column, but I thought Brandon Wiley played really well tonight when he came in. Did the little things to block out. I think he actually probably should have got a few more of the over-the-back calls because he had good position on Henderson a couple times, but they just didn't go our way that time. But
yes.
Other than that, what would it look like on Wapahani's side? I'm going to guess Andrews and Franks led them. And I'm just going to go out there. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Andrews and Franks led them.
Well, I think you went on a strong limb there. So Franks has 23, Andrews had 21. So I will say this, Coach McLaughlin, whatever we did, in that second half, Franks went in with 19 at halftime and finished the game at 21. So
yeah, or Andrews. Was it Andrews or
Andrews,
Franks?
excuse me.
Yeah,
Andrews. Andrews had 19 the first half.
And we held him to 2 in the second half.
2 in the second half. Now they got some other contributions, but that's a sign of a good team as well. But, and we've talked about it a lot, but basketball is a game of possessions. When you got good teams going against each other, it might seem like a 8, 10, 6, 8, 10-point game, but at the end of the day, that you're talking 3 to 5 possessions. So, those are the things you take away, a shot here, a thing there. So, and as coaches, that's why sometimes there are calls that are important and big. So, those are the type of things that when you're in these type of games. So that's a good learning experience for our guys, especially as they're preparing for postseason play in a little over a month.
Well, I got a quick update before Coach comes over here. Yorktown 53, Cowan 35. So Yorktown moves on. It will be Yorktown and Wapahani in the championship game. So Yorktown, I heard it was 26-22 at halftime, but Yorktown goes on to the 53-35 win. We have Coach McLaughlin here with us. Coach, we just talked about this. Always a tough place to play. Always a tough place to come into and play.
Right.
And we felt like after also real tough to come in after December 18th. And the outcome wasn't what we wanted it in the first matchup. But I said to Coach Hansen, I'm going to guess that you went in there and you said you're really proud of your boys because of the fight they showed and the game they played. They played, other than they took Joel out of it a little bit, but you had Harlan had 16.
Yeah.
You had, 15, and Zach Todd had 16, and Weitzel had 11. But that zone took, and they keyed on Joel because he had 22 last game.
Sure.
So you have to be happy, though. You needed a bounce-back game from Eric. He had that trouble. And, we got the explanation from the athletic director. Little sensitive to give him the technical, but you don't have to talk on that. But
well, I will. I don't care because they just asked me on the radio because I want our fans to know that what Eric said was, and I want you also to know that was that official's first call of the game. He called a technical on Eric for saying you got to call that one when he got hit on the arm on the foul. I agree with him. He's got to call that one. And, if he would, they didn't do a captain's meeting either at the beginning of the game, which I understand with protocol and everything. So if they'd understand that's my captain, that's my speaking captain.
Right.
He should be able to ask or say something or come over and tell me, hey, that's enough, 10, or no, that's why I asked him. No warning, nothing.
Well, that's where I was. I mean, that's got to be a warning first,
Right.
not straight to the technical, especially if there's no language, there's nothing there. And that was the explanation the official gave to Kai Denny was that there was no language. And so Mr. Denny felt the same way, maybe a warning there.
Right. And here's what you have to understand, and sometimes I think as officials, coaches, sometimes maybe even as parents, we forget. Not every kid's the same. Some kids are emotional kids.
Right.
Eric wears his emotions on his sleeve when he plays. That's the way he is. We worked on that, but that's the way he is. And, he's a better player when he's engaged and emotional and playing. He's also a great teammate.
Yeah.
And so that emotion also plays off to his teammates. He was talking to the guys after the game tonight. So his emotion plays off, for them too in positive ways. But sometimes, he gets caught up in it. That's the situation to me. Now, granted, we're on a neutral court. So.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Yeah, I mean.
I said that in the broadcast.
I mean,
we are, sure.
I know. I mean, we're the home team. We're wearing. I probably should just stop.
Yeah, well,
I mean, we're wearing aways. We're the visitors on the scoreboard, and we, are in the visitors' locker room, which we should be. But on this neutral court, I just felt like we couldn't get a call. We didn't get to the bonus till very end of the game.
Well, they evened them up.
We were great.
Them up at the end.
He told me. He said, "I know you're mad at me." I said, "Yeah," and I don't really know what you can say to make things better. And here's the thing: Kevin and I go a long way back, and you know this because we had him at Blackford all the time, and so I'll just stop. But
well, don't worry. The fans at home,
again,
the fans at home got enough from me too. I felt that way, but
here's the thing: when you're playing a really good team like this, like Wapahani, with really good guard play, what bothered. The couple of things that bothered us was we lost them a couple of times in our switches, and it bothered them. It really did. But we lost them a few times in switches and a couple of times on out-of-bounds plays where we've got to be more locked in. And those, when you're playing a good team, those add up. You lose by 10. You lose 2 switches in the first half and 2 switches in the second half, you lose by 10.
Right.
I mean, and then the rest of the game you might play great. Like I thought we played fairly well, and defensively,
here's what I'll tell you. Defensively, Andrews comes in at halftime with 19, and he ends the game with 21.
Yeah.
So you shut him down in the second half. The problem is there's such an offensive firepower with Franks, and then you got Henderson inside who makes up for that, and I think Castor plays really well too, and he got in foul trouble, but Castor and Harlan both did a nice job of not fouling out and playing on for their teams. But that was I was going to go back and circle back to Eric. When Eric did have that adversity and he had to sit out for a little bit, you put him back in, and he just I like the fact he continued to be aggressive, go to the basket, and our guys really fed off of that. And I think you got some great minutes out of Alex Light in the first half, and in the second half he gave you some great minutes. But he really had some nice drives to the basket. And that's big for you with Alex because Alex took a year off. Now he's back, and you're starting to see – you can see Alex starting to get it all coming back to him a little bit. He's starting to see where he fits, and the basketball looks more comfortable in his hands.
Well, one thing Alex didn't lose in that year off was his quickness.
Yeah.
And he didn't lose his knack for the ball. He always seems to be around the ball. And part of that is he cuts really hard, and part of that is he doesn't allow himself to get blocked out. So he seems to find – and the ball seems to find him. It's funny how guys that hustle all the time, the ball finds you.
Yeah.
You know, it just seems to work that way. And you know, back to I said I was done with the officials. Back to a little bit of that. I don't want to take anything away from Wapahani. They're a really
good team.
And Coach Lewis has coached them up.
You played them on December 18th.
Right.
They were 2-2. They beat us that night, and they started a 5-game win streak to be 7-2 coming into this. They're playing their best basketball right now.
Right. So, you know, I'm not taking anything away from them. They're a really good team. I knew we'd have our hands full on this neutral court. So, we played well. We'll, you know, unfortunately, you're probably going to remind me. Our next one's Shenandoah, who's even better than Wapahani with their guard play, and a great coach in Coach McCullough. But I think, you know, we're going to go in with the same game plan, just to get better at practice, dig in, try to get better, do what we can, and then. I'm not saying we can't go over there and win. I'm just saying we do, or they're coming to our place. So we can't win it. I'm saying we're going to have our hands full against a number 2 or 1A, whatever they are, 1 or 2 right now. And then we got games. Every game after that, we can string together and start playing and understand that we're capable of doing nice things. And, you know, thought Eric looked more aggressive, and I challenged him to that this week, and I thought he accepted that challenge. So
I thought Zach was another consistent game out of Zach.
Yep.
And so you like to see that. And Joel's going to have those games where they take him out because as a shooter, they basically gave up a couple other guys and said, well, we're not going to let Dowling beat us from outside. Most of his shots, they were pushing him 4 feet off the line, and he wasn't. But he'll bounce back. But, and here's what I would say to the folks at home. One thing I know about, we played here and we played them really well, and our guys played up for that. What you like to see, would you like to see some consistency, and I know you as a coach want that, is you walk in there and you say, guys, you just lost to Wapahani, who's won their last 6 straight, and you lost by 10, and they beat some really, really strong teams. And that 10 is really deceiving because there's a couple of plays where we lost them on switches, but if you really look at it, you can play with anybody, and that's what you have to say right now, and that's what you got to go into Shenandoah with. And then after that, you really have a schedule that really opens up, and we hope as we look at the map, everything going red, that everybody does what they need to do at home to keep us playing basketball and take care of things, and that we can play. But I think you've got some good things coming. I like what you saw. I want to say 2 specific things. Out of timeouts, you drew up. I'm right behind you. I was able to watch it. You drew up 2 plays out of timeouts, one of them out of a quarter, actually, one out of timeout. The one out of the quarter in the second half, you got a 3-point out of it. It didn't go in, but it was a great play. I don't think I'd seen that play yet, and I coached with you, and I thought it was a really good play. Then in the first half, you took a timeout, or they took a timeout. You came out with it, ran a play to perfection, and got the shot. The guys are really responding to what you're doing as a program. You know you've got them there. They're listening, they're intent. I'm excited for tournament time. I know this was a tournament, but I'm excited for 1A tournament time because these guys, if they keep this going, they can do some special things, and this is a group that we're excited about. So I just wanted to tell you, I thought, and Coach Hansen said this, he said earlier, I thought we were really prepared for this one. I think you made adjustments from game 1 with Wapahani, and I think it started on the defensive end. I loved our defense to start. I thought the guys played a great man-to-man switching defense against a team that really offensively, they drive and kick. Well,
they're trying. That's what they want you to do. They want you to switch.
Yeah.
So it puts you in a bad situation because they want you to switch, but we did, and I just challenged them. I said, you're going to have to get in the stands, fake and fall a little bit. And,
jumped a lot of screens tonight really well.
We worked on that a lot this week about, them trying to jump when they jump that high ball screen when they're coming off that. Well, the hard thing about jumping that high ball screen is you can't give up the slip because they've got the backside cleared out. So we did a pretty good job of that for the most part.
Only one time in the whole game that I remember did we give up, our help side wasn't there, and they had a wide open one-on-one.
Yeah.
That was only one time. So I think the guys really got bought in. If they play that type of defense against other teams, it's going to be really successful with them. And Fury will work against other teams as it goes. And you had to do it late because you had to get the game sped up.
And it worked a few times.
Yeah.
We just couldn't do it against good guards like you can't do it the whole game. Back to what you said a little bit about our guys. I'm just told him, I went in there, I said, I'm proud of you, and here's what I want you to remember. Whether you played tonight or you didn't, whether you played a few minutes or you played all the game, or you didn't, we say family for a reason. We care about every guy in our program. I care whether they're playing a lot or they aren't. Doesn't make me like them more or like them less because they can score, they can play more, or what. Doesn't make any difference. But we have to keep that mentality at practice and understand that no matter what I'm doing, I'm making a contribution to the team. Maybe it's at practice. Maybe it's at, I said, whether you play, I put you in, you play 7 minutes, you play 7 seconds. Run to that scores table and say, I'm ready to go. And give me the best 7 seconds or 7 minutes you have. And we got to continue that because it gets tough to do that when things get tough. But, I'm a little frustrated with the way we played a couple weeks ago. Not tonight.
Nope.
Not tonight. And I think that we're finally starting to figure a few things out and turn the corner. I hate to make the excuse that we didn't have this summer because no one did, but it is what it is. We'll continue to battle, and we're still figuring some stuff out, and we'll continue to keep plugging away.
It's another great performance in the county tournament in my book. It was only 2 or 3 years ago that you were in the championship game and lost to Delta by 10. And with a good group, and you've continued to put us in good places with your program, and our kids are playing really well, and so I just want to commend you. Very good performance tonight, but it looks like you need to get back there and get these kids home and enjoy some time with your family since it was an early game tonight. So we appreciate your time and everything you do, and we appreciate the product you're putting on the floor, and make sure you tell those guys that everybody at home is so proud of them.
Well, I'll tell them that, and I appreciate you guys being here, and I know, again, we're neutral court here, and you guys were a little bit against the 8 ball when you guys showed up, and I know. I don't know.
I thought I was going to do it. I thought I was going to do it without a table.
I thought you were going to do it on your lap. So for the folks that don't know at home, we didn't have a table. We didn't have anything set up for us. But again, another great product. Appreciate you guys being here. I'll promise you that we'll keep coaching them up, and appreciate every time that I can come up here and talk about our kids because, like I said, whether they played 7 seconds tonight or they played 7 minutes or played the whole game, I'm proud of all of them, and I hope our community is too.
And we appreciate you, Coach. Thanks for the time. So that was Coach John McLaughlin, and Warriors lose here at Wapahani by 10. Wapahani moves on to play Yorktown in the championship game. And I've got to cut one more note. The girls play on the Wes-Del News Network. They play Southern Wells on Tuesday. That's in from Mr. Romine. So from Wapahani High School, I'm the superintendent for Coach Hansen. That's it for us. We'll see you next time on the Wes-Del Sports Network.